Hello.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale.
How are the day-to-day operations going?
It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people.
I'm looking for work if you have any.
Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps.
I can do that for you. Why did they leave without identifying the assailant?
Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here, and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated. Which is another way of saying highly unreliable.
I can do that for you.
Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved.
Anything else I should know about the case?
According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I had to guess, not for sentimental reasons. Normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if he lost a wallet full of creds.
What's Dawn's Roost?
A restaurant over in the residential district. Caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where folks come in different sizes, depending on the food.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah.
There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else.
I'm here about the fight that happened at your restaurant.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats.
Can you describe the patrons?
Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered.
Do you know anything about the stolen wedding ring?
I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly.
These two men dined together?
Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt.
I need to find one of the patrons involved. Apparently he stole something.
I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC Security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, what? Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Thank you. He's a scoundrel and a fiend, and I was wrong to ever think otherwise. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter!
What happened at Dawn's Roost?
It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us. Then I went off!
You two were dating?
Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it.
Is there any chance you two can patch things up?
No. There are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point?
Your ex claims you stole that ring.
He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return.
Close
I
property.
don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Is that what the law says? To be honest, I am not sure. Ugh. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
Okay, that's resolved.
Two new branches to keep up with demand.
How can I help you, Captain? Captain.
I finished the investigation of the flight at Dawn's Roost.
Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back?
I did. Here you go.
Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Hardly surprising for a captain of the UC Vanguard, but still, impressive nonetheless. Here, take this. It's well deserved.